We join you from the Old Trafford cricket ground. 650 people expected tonight to pay tribute to the great and the good of Northwest sport. And as you say, the former Manchester United and England midfielder Bryan Robson joins me live now. Bryan, we were just talking off the air. You're really looking forward to tonight. A little bit of normality this evening after the last 18 months, which have been very difficult.
Yeah, evening, Alex. But yeah, it's nice to be at an event like this where, you know, there's hundreds of people. Hopefully this is, you know, another step of getting back to normality. Fortunately, at the clubs and the stadiums, we're getting fans back in, and so that's getting back to a bit of normality, and hopefully that continues.
And we're at the cricket ground this evening, but just a few hundred yards down the road. That's really been where the big sporting story has taken place over the last 24, 48 hours. As a former Manchester United great yourself, what do you make of the situation involving the departure of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from Old Trafford?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit sad because Ollie's, you know, a great lad. Everybody likes him around the club. You know, he's got a good rapport with everybody at the training ground. But, you know, after finishing second in the league last year, you know, going to the Europa Cup final, everything seemed to be going on the upwards. And, you know, with the 3 new signings in the summer, you looked and you thought the squad's looking really good, strong. We should be challenging for the title. But typical of being a manager of Man United or any of the big clubs, expectations are there, and it wasn't just the results, it's the performances which have been poor as well. You know, it's not as if we've dominated teams and been a little bit unlucky, concede a goal, and you've, like I say, you've been unlucky. We haven't. We've been more or less being outplayed by everybody that we've played against in the last month, and that's what's so disappointing, and that's why the club probably had to do something.
And how do you explain that when you look at the calibre of player, Ronaldo back at the club, big money spent on Jadon Sancho, Bruno Fernandes, who until this season had really been the flag bearer for Ollie's team, Maguire and Shaw excelling for England at the European Championships. Why has it gone so badly wrong?
No, me personally, I just look at us and I thought we were a decent counter-attacking team in the last 2 years. I think at the start of the season, Ollie had mentioned that he wanted to go pressing a bit more to make us a pressing team, and I think the players sort of got in an in-between area, so they didn't really know whether they were pressing or didn't know whether they were going to go back and get nice and compact, and so we found ourselves in an in-between area, and that's why people have picked us off and created chances against us all the time. So, you know, it's up to the lads and the staff to sit there now, look at it and say, right, this is what we're doing. We don't want to get into an in-between. We need to either press or we need to get compact, and make that decision of which way they're going to go, and the players have got to adapt to that.
And lots of talk already about who might come in and replace Ollie, whether that be an interim manager until the end of the season, as United have indicated, or perhaps Mauricio Pochettino, who we're told would be keen to return to the Premier League and would be keen to become the manager of Manchester United. Would he be somebody who you feel can revive their fortunes?
No, I wouldn't get into any speculation about who's going to come in. You know, the board and the owners, they will try and get a plan while Michael's in charge. I hope Mike has a great run, because you never know then whether the club make a decision with Mike if he has a great run. But speculation, the media will always fling in names. I could fling in loads of names, but you know, I'm wasting people's time because nobody really knows apart from the owners and the directors.
And just finally, before we let you enjoy your evening, huge game for Michael Carrick and for United, live on talkSPORT 2 tomorrow evening. They've got Villarreal in the Champions League. How do they pick themselves up from what happened at Vicarage Road and come out with a positive result from what is a crucial evening?
It really is. I mean, the Champions League is really important, and what we've got to make sure that happens is that we get 2 good results against Villarreal and Young Boys, and in February we can look forward towards the Champions League football returning. But we can't afford to go out the Champions League at this stage. So a good result against Villarreal is really important.
Bryan, really appreciate you joining us live on talkSPORT.